Welcome to Channel 18 News. I'm Jim Rogers. Every few years, driveway asphalt scam artists pass through the area. Their story doesn't change, neither do their victims. Stating that they have asphalt left from a previous job just down the road, they promise to apply the remaining asphalt on the senior adult's victim's driveway at a greatly reduced price. However, as the job is completed, the scammers will tell the victim that they had to use more asphalt than they thought and more time. Therefore, the charge for the work is far larger than the first quote. When the victim refuses to pay, the scammers become, as Sheriff Lewis Tatum told KSST, rather difficult to deal with. Tatum stated that should anyone be approached regarding work on a driveway and the resident did not call the company, refuse the offer and call the sheriff's office at 903-439-4040. The sheriff also said that if the resident could get a description of the vehicle and license plate number, that would assist as well. The most recent attempts to carry out this scam occurred along FM 71 in northern Hopkins County. Hopkins County Economic Development Corporation has announced a groundbreaking for Amarok Polymer Concrete at their location, 207 Heritage Court in Sulphur Springs. The event is set for February 2nd at 10:30 a.m. The Nevada-based company will make Sulphur Springs the Texas hub for their product, which will be primarily manhole covers for municipalities. Drawing from 56 years of experience, the manufacturing location will build a rigid structural polymer concrete structure that meets the structural and corrosive needs required by the engineering community, as well as the financial life cycle required by municipalities. The product will have no cement, thus making issues of damage and cracking no longer an issue. The product is corrosive resistant and weighs less, enabling an easier installation. Flags at the Hopkins County Veterans Memorial at Celebration Plaza will be lowered to half-staff Wednesday, January 25th, following a proclamation by the Texas Governor Greg Abbott. The event will honor former U.S. Navy Captain Gene Cernan, who passed away on January 16th of this year. In his proclamation, Governor Abbott stated that as an astronaut, Captain Cernan played an important role in the exploration of space and in the development of the aerospace industry in Texas. He was the last man to set foot on the moon, and his final resting place will be in a Texas state cemetery. As such, Abbott stated, it seems fitting that flags in Texas should be flown at half-staff on the day of his interment. KSST interns file a story. They interviewed Sheriff Lewis Tatum about the farming operation for Hopkins County inmates.
What's better than fresh vegetables and meats produced by the hands of local farmers in your hometown? Fresh vegetables and meats produced by your own hands, of course. Hopkins County inmate trustees have recently been given the opportunity to be able to work on the new trustee farm, as it is called, which will include various vegetables and livestock that is planned to provide food for the inmates at Hopkins County Jail. We spoke with Sheriff Lewis Tatum to gain more insight on the matter.
The farm is, that's my deal. You know, I got this farm started right before I become sheriff.
When did the idea for the farm start?
Back around July or August, I got with a corrections officer named Lee Glenn, who's actually in charge of everything out here, and who's the chief deputy now, Jay Sanglin, who likes the gardening program. And we decided to put in a farm, and we were looking for some property. Well, the county commissioners and the county judge was gracious enough to advise me about this land we had out here, and told me that I'd more than welcome to use it.
What is the purpose for the farm?
To feed the inmates and also give them jobs, and actually the trustees, and teach them something. They learn how to take care of the pigs. They learn how to work them, castrate them, process them. I've got a corrections officer by the name of Jerry Chapman. He's over all the processing of the meat. He's a retired butcher, and he's also a corrections officer now, so he's over all the processing of the meat.
What type of things are on the farm right now? Like, are you guys gonna?
Right now, all we have is the hogs. In the fall, The only thing we got planted in the fall was peas and greens because of the late time of the year. That's the only thing you can plant, and that's the first thing that we did. Now, as soon as we get a little drier, we're fixing to put out onions and potatoes, and then on further in the spring we'll put out okra, tomatoes, squash. We're gonna have we got two pretty good sized gardens, one down there and one right here on both sides, so we'll have a lot of room. We're going to plant anything we can.
What all is planned to be on the farm? Like any more livestock or anything?
Well, we've got 2 steers that was donated to us by Mark's Steer out of the Pine Forest area, and we've got them in another location, and we're going to feed them out. We just don't know the cost effectiveness now of trying to feed out cattle and process them versus these pigs are so much quicker, and we think it don't cost as much to process the pigs, but we're going to try both of them just to see which is most cost effective.
How beneficial do you think this farm will be to the Hopkins County Jail?
Well, our jail administrator, Kenneth Dean, he's doing all the figuring on it. We've already cut our meals from the time he took the job as jail administrator. He's a retired warden from the prison system here in Texas, and we've cut our meals in half the cost. We were at $1.40 a meal. We're down to 70 cents a meal now, and what we'd like to do is get it half of that once we get our garden going.
When do you think it'll be up and ready for like the inmates to be feeding the inmates and everything?
We're already feeding the inmates the meat. We've already fed them meat. We've already been feeding them peas in the fall. We fed them a lot of peas that we gathered out of our garden already, and we fed them, we've butchered 5 hogs already, processed them, and we have butchered 1 cow that a resident here had given us that had broken her leg. We processed her, and we've got at the jail we have a large saw, a bandsaw that we had bought that is made for processing meat, along with a large grinder, and we've already been processing meat and feeding the inmates already.
Do you think this farm is gonna like overtake how you guys feed them now, like what the food you get them? Do you think you'll just be basically just feeding them off of this stuff and nothing
That's what we're attempting to do, and that's basically what we're doing now, other than we do get things given to us from trucking companies and local businesses. They do give us items that have been mismarked and stuff that it's perfectly good, but they can't sell it. And with all the hogs we're raising and processing, we're hoping that we will be self-sufficient as far as the meat part of it. And then we'll see in the spring the vegetables, how far they go, how many we can raise. Of course, the weather all depends on your garden, so we want to see how far we can go with all that. We had a large amount of peas in the fall, but like I said, we just got started. The front garden up front, this is the first time it's ever been even plowed up. It was just a pasture. This back here was ran by adult probation. The garden back here was, and they let us take it over because they weren't working it, and then we just come down here and started raising our hogs. We've got a few chickens over there that we're raising. We've processed probably 300 chickens that we've recovered from Pilgrim's Pride barns that they've given us, donated to us, and we're going to, down on this end down here, we're going to put a big hen house with all this metal and stuff that we've got accumulated that we took off of the football stadium. We're going to put a big hen house in down here. Hopefully just as soon as it dries up enough we can get in here and start working.
I'm Elijah Drum for Channel 18 KSST News.
In 2003, the National Board of Directors unanimously agreed to change the name of the organization from the National Vocational Technical Honor Society to the National Technical Honor Society. NTHS continues to carry out its mission to publicly recognize young men and women committed to excellence, values, courage, and achievement. Silver Springs High School National Technical Honor Society chooses to name their chapter Gerald Kennedy Chapter. Mr. Kennedy was the first vocational director at Silver Springs High School. He began his tenure at the Silver Springs High School in 1966-1967 term. He was the person responsible for beginning the programs for machine shop, VOE, Vocational Office Education, DE, Marketing and Distributive Education, ICT, Industrial Cooperative Training, and VEH, vocational education for the handicapped. As a former agricultural teacher, he was very supportive of both the FFA and the FHA. Through his dedication, our vocational program, now called Career Technical Education Departments, have grown and added courses that have helped many students become successful citizens in life. Mr. Kennedy retired from Sulphur Springs ISD in 1985 after 37 years, 19 with SSISD and 18 in Lamar County, of service to public education.
Monday evening, 17 new members were inducted into the Gerald Kennedy chapter of the Sulphur Springs High School National Technical Honor Society. The Honor Society honors those students who achieve in the field of technical studies such as health science, family consumer science, agricultural science, education and training, and business and marketing. Along with a certificate of membership, students who are members access specific scholarships for further education. KSST's Doug Hastings spoke with Debbie Stribling, NTHS advisor.
Tonight we're having induction for National Technical Honor Society.
What is the National Technical Honor Society?
National Technical Honor Society is an honor society specifically for students in career and technical education.
That would be?
These are classes like your health science classes, your family and consumer sciences classes, your agricultural science classes, education and training, business, marketing, health science, all of those courses.
So that's going to be about 80% of the population of the school.
Well, it could be very easily.
What exactly are you doing tonight?
Tonight we're inducting 17 new members into the Gerald Kennedy chapter of National Technical Honor Society.
And what will they get out of that?
They will receive a certificate and membership, and also they have the privilege to go online and apply for scholarships.
What kind of scholarships?
There are scholarships available through National Technical Honor Society.
Okay, how many you got in here now?
We have 17 we're inducting tonight and 17 returning, so we currently have 34 members.
Is that a pretty good size?
It's a pretty good size, yes it is.
Who are your officers?
The officers are Anne-Marie Winborn is our president, vice president is Rodolfo Perez, secretary is Story Thompson, and treasurer is Summer Brooks. Summer Brooks.
As a member of the National Technical Honor Society, I pledge to maintain the highest standard of personal conduct. I will apply myself to continue a record of scholastic achievement, and I will strive for excellence in all aspects of my education. I will invest my talents, my skills, and my knowledge in a career of my own choosing, and shall always endeavor to uphold my obligations as a citizen of my community and my country. Thank you. You may be seated.
Thanks for watching Channel 18 News. Have a great evening.